Hey friends. No, that's not my intro. That's my other intro. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is... That's not my intro either. I'm having a day. I think it's a day. I'm having it. I see Jeff. So I'm having a day. So it's... Hello and welcome to Emily Reviews. My name is Emily, and here on my channel I talk about movies and TV shows my daughter and I watch. We give our opinions and we show some of our favorite clips. Make sure you hit that like button, wait till the end of the video and comment the emoji I request, and subscribe so you don't miss an upload. I'm definitely under the weather today. My throat is just... So that's why you got bare minimum Emily today. Just showering, but I don't even know. I just want to go back to bed. But I want to get at least till the end of August recorded and pre-uploaded. So I'm all like videoing, more videos. Okay, so we got my friend Jeff Spicoli here. He is my co-host today. Funny story about this guy. I actually found him at the dollar store. I paid $4 for this vinyl. And I really didn't think it was anything special. I didn't realize how hard they are to find, or what the hell moment or anything, until I was talking to my daughter and we were watching this movie, and I told her, I said, yeah, that's what, we have to watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High because I have Jeff Spicoli. And she's like, that's weird, where did you get them? That's an actual vinyl. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I got that at the dollar store. And she started to freak out. She's like, what? You what? You got what? No, you what? And I'm like, what? And she explained to me, she's in school right now. She was going to her high school orientation today, which, wow. But yeah, she told me that it's like a really big deal. They're really hard to find, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I got this for myself for Christmas a few years ago. I don't know, it's all dusty, because I just kind of keep them in I usually just kept them in my closet because I don't really have a whole lot of space. And then when I decided to do this, I was like, well, I gotta bring him out, But when I bought them, I was like, I am buying this. This is freaking Jeff Spicoli, and I'm never ever taking it out of the box. I didn't even realize that it was like a big deal to have a vinyl. Like, it's an actual vinyl doll. I don't know. I won't ever take them out. Yeah, because it just had the $4 here, and I was like, and I just took it off recently because I was like, I didn't want to tell anybody it was from the dollar store. I thought that was kind of embarrassing, but she was like, that's the coolest thing ever. So finding it at the dollar store, it's like, that's like, she wants to go to the dollar store all the time because maybe she'll find a vinyl there herself. I'm like, oh, okay, alright, whatever. My nose is so stuffy. I think, yeah, it's that time of year, all the pollen and everything, it's not my friend. Oh, I'm an idiot. Normally, while I'm filming, I will render out my video that I have previously filmed, because if my computer sleeps while it's rendering, it will stop the render, and then I have to do it all over again. So I have to sit there and make sure it doesn't sleep. So normally, I will turn on my computer while I'll press record, thumbs it down, have my computer, turn on the rendering, upload the video like it's supposed to, or whatever, right, to get it out of my program, and then I will film, because normally I babble so much that a 20-minute video for you guys is 2 hours of filming for me. So, well, actually, no, 2 hours is an exaggeration. I think like the longest was like an hour and a half, maybe longer, an hour 40 minutes. I don't know. It was a video that I accidentally deleted, and Shane was sitting here, and she kept making me laugh, and I had to like read. I couldn't even say my version of my lines. I was like having to read one line and then just barely get that out and then laugh my ass off or get distracted or whatever with her. And there was like basically within every second there was a jump cut. It was, so I'm actually kind of glad that I accidentally deleted that video. But I babble so much, I really do. I just my nose is just not my friend, and I just didn't really feel like doing my hair or lots of makeup, because what, like, makeup kind of bothers me a lot. So I'll film and then I'll basically wash it off because I can't handle it at all. It really bothers the skin. So like, even I have um just a little bit for underneath my bags, my eyes, so they're not so dark, and some mascara because of like the smallest eyelashes in the world, so it makes it look like I have some. And just the little bit that's around my face right now is bothering the hell out of me. Like, and I have lip gloss on. That's fine. No, it's, and I don't buy cheap makeup. Like, I live 2 minutes away from Sephora. I don't buy cheap makeup, okay? I just can't wear. Makeup just bothers me. It doesn't matter if it's hypoallergenic or not. It all bothers me. I can't wear it. And that just really, really makes no sense with why I went and changed my stuff from being just a voice YouTuber to a face YouTuber. This brain, it's not a big one. It's a tiny brain. I should just start talking about so yes, this week we watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High. This movie follows a group of kids who go to the high school and work at the local restaurants or movie theaters at the mall or whatever's at the mall, right? They work at the mall. It takes place in the early 80s in California. Has, like I said, it has a bunch of different groups, and they're all kind of just shown in that like stereotypical teenager way. Like, they're, you think of a teenager in the 80s and all the stereotypes, and then Fast Times at Ridgemont High is the movie for you. And it's funny because this movie has so much going on with absolutely nothing going on. Like, there's like nothing happens, but it's just like a lot happens. It's just a typical high school movie with typical 80 kids. 80 kids. Kids from the 80s. The best character, and I think the reason why this movie is a good movie, Jeff Spicoli. Like, Sean Penn. Sean Penn is, I love Sean Penn. I really do. What my daughter thought of the movie, she said that, like, she loved this movie, but only because of Jeff Spicoli. That she thought that this movie was boring, other than the fact that Jeff Spicoli, like, he was written in. And, I agree. Like, she said, like, nothing happens, the girl who is like one of the main girls, she gets pregnant and then gets an abortion, and her brother's there to support her, and her parents don't find out, and Mr. Hand comes and tries to spoil Jeff Spicoli's evening, but the night of the prom, but then leaves, and Jeff Spicoli goes to the prom in time and doesn't miss it after all. And then even with Brad, he who loses his job in the beginning or around the beginning of the movie, ends up getting promoted for basically the same reason why he lost his job in the first place at that other place. Like, it's like nothing happens, but so much happens, and nothing bad happens, but things bad do happen, but the bad things that happen work out, and that's not always life. Like, I think that's why this movie is such a good movie as well. Like, there's so much going on, but there's nothing going on. The actors are funny and entertaining, and, you forget that it's a bad movie. And it really just goes to show you that it's not the writing that makes the movie great or bad. It's the actors. And you can have the best written script. It can be so eventful, and you're reading this script and you're like, oh my gosh, this movie will be amazing. I can't wait. And then hire the shittiest Amber Heard actors ever, and then it's the worst movie in the whole entire world. A script is only as good as its actors. Okay, so like I said, Sean Penn plays Jeff Spicoli, and Jeff Spicoli is just a typical California surfer dude. All he needs is a cool buzz and tasty waves, and he's fine. Jennifer Jason Leigh plays the 15-year-old girl who in the movie, who is so desperate to grow up, and she just wants a guy to like her, but she has fallen victim to listening to her stupid friends who tell her that the only way to get a guy to like her is if she sleeps with them. And it's all about her sleeping with all of these guys. And no freaking wonder she gets pregnant by the biggest, douchiest douchebag. It's like, come on. A guy that acts that cool isn't. Okay? And Judge Reynolds? He plays the do-gooder older brother to Jennifer Jason Leigh. Is that right? Yeah, Jennifer Jason Leigh. And he was working at All American Burger, and he was the employee of the month. Even when the male Karen comes up on his unfortunate event, he has the picture right beside him of him being the employee of the month. And because he is not very good, obviously, under pressure, he snaps. And then, because male Karens are worse than female Karens, trust me, I know. Piss baby downstairs. I lost my thoughts. Oh yeah, male Karens are worse than female Karens. And he snaps at him, and then he loses his job. Oh, and then it's funny because throughout the whole him working at All American Burger, he's talking with his friend about practicing how he's going to break up with his girlfriend of 2 years, because he's a senior now and he's going off to college next year, and they owe it to themselves to not be in a relationship, blah 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 blah. But then he loses his job, and then he's all like, I need you now more than ever. And then she's like, well, Brad, I've been thinking of a way to tell you this, but we're seniors now, and we owe it to ourselves to be free. But, we can still be friends. Oh, and the whole, with Jeff Spicoli and him and that little dance he does with Mr. Hand, and how aggressive Mr. Hand is in the like his opening scene. Like he comes out of the side door, or comes in the side door, locks the front door, and then aggressively underlines his already written name that's on the blackboard. Like, just aggressively underlines it that he's Mr. Hand. And it's like, it makes me like, it's like, yeah, this is why I miss blackboards, because, like, they're so much more aggressive than whiteboards. Like, you can't make that whole tapping sound with a whiteboard. It makes no sound, and if it does, it's a very light squeak. But like that whole little dance that Jeff Spicoli and Mr. Hand do, and my throughout my years of watching movies and growing up and seeing like all that, the whole the ordering pizza part, that seeing that on commercial, any kind of like trailer or commercial or like that little clip, and I'm like, oh, I want to watch that movie, ah, it's the whole reason why I bought this, because you know, like yeah, sure, Animal House and Dazed and Confused is good. I've never actually seen Weird Science, but like I only bought the movie pack for movie pack for Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Um, okay, so the first time I watched this movie, I couldn't sleep. It was the middle of the night. Kiddo was sleeping, so I watched this movie. I noticed Nicolas Cage is in this movie. I'm like, holy shit, there's Nick Cage. And then, but he's not in the credits as Nick Cage. He's in the credits as Nicholas Coppola. And and then I was like looking through the credits, and I didn't even. It's probably because he's so damn young, and he has a whole lot of hair. As soon as I saw the name and then rewatched it with my daughter, I'm like, oh my god, that's Anthony Edwards. That's Dr. Mark Green. That's Goose. And oh my god, he's so young, and oh my god, look at all that hair. Oh my goodness, I just was like, holy shit. And then there was that other guy from it's coming to me, I know it, Pulp Fiction, the redheaded guy, him, and he plays in Grey's Anatomy, which it's like, holy shit, there's those guys. And then obviously Forrest Whitaker, he's in this movie. Like, there's like so many people in this movie that you're like, holy shit, there's that guy, and oh my god, there's that one, and they're just so young. They're just so young. Yeah, but Nicolas Cage like has no lines. I think he did have lines before, but they probably ended up on the editing floor, because like there's like one spot where he is like you can hear him sort of speak in the background, and it's like, oh yeah, he must have had lines. you know but Anthony Edwards, he goes, I have a cigarette, and then Sean Penn goes, I have a Nicolette, like, because he has a nickel. Yeah, I think for today's emoji you should have a pizza slice. And I like to thank you so much for hanging out with me. And it's a movie that doesn't really have a whole lot to it.